It started as a joke, stupid, harmless prank meant to go viral. "Let's fake a robbery," Jace had said, tapping the side of his phone camera. "Make it look real. Post it. Watch the numbers blow up. 3 friends, 1 abandoned bank, and a script." That was the plan. No guns, no money, just views. Maya handled the cameras, a perfectionist with a cold, sharp focus. Leo, the brain's quiet, always calculating, and Jace, the showman, the one who wanted fame more than anything. They broke into the bank at 3 a.m., the old North Haven branch that had shut down years ago. Dust everywhere, silent alarms long dead, only echoes left behind. Maya's lens glowed red. "Rolling," she whispered. Jace kicked the fake vault door. "We're taking it all," he shouted, grinning for the camera. Leo smiled behind his mask, playing along. It was chaos, loud, dramatic, perfect for social media until Leo froze. The sound, a metallic click from somewhere behind the old teller counter. He turned his flashlight. A door. One that wasn't supposed to be there. "Cut," Maya said. "That's not in the shot." But Jace was already walking toward it. "Maybe we add a twist," he said. "Like we find something weird. Adds mystery, right?" The handle was cold. He turned it. The light flickered. Sighed. Stacks of fresh bills, wrapped, sealed, marked federal property. Jace's laughter died in his throat. "This isn't fake." Leo stepped closer, heart pounding. He tore open one bundle. The smell was real, crisp, chemical, new. Hundreds of thousands, maybe more. Maya lowered her camera. "This can't be here. The place is condemned." Leo checked the label's serial numbers dated just 2 months ago. "Someone's using this place," he muttered. The prank had turned into a crime scene. Jace's eyes gleamed with something dangerous. "We keep it," he said quietly. "Nobody has to know." Leo shook his head. "That's federal money, Jace. You don't mess with a sound, cut him off footsteps." Slow, heavy, echoing from the main hall. Maya killed the light. The room went black. 3 shadows hid behind the counter, holding their breath. The steps grew louder. Then a voice, cold, calm. "You shouldn't be here." A beam of light swept across the floor, a flashlight, searching. The man's silhouette appeared tall, wearing a black coat. He stopped by the vault door, shining the light over the open stacks of cash. "You found it," he said softly. "Good." Maya's hand trembled on her camera. Leo grabbed her wrist. "Don't move," he mouthed. But the stranger turned directly toward them and smiled. "Now finish what you started." The stranger's smile lingered, calm and unreadable, like a predator watching its prey. Jace's bravado evaporated. Who are you?" he stammered, taking a cautious step back. The man tilted his head. "Names don't matter. You just did exactly what I needed." Leo clenched his fists. "Needed? This was supposed to be a joke. We didn't steal anything." "Exactly," the stranger said. "Which is why I let you think it was fake. You were perfect, gullible, reckless, and above all, careless." Maya's hand shook around her camera. "What are you talking about?" The stranger stepped closer to the vault. The light from his flashlight caught the stacks of cash. "Do you see this?" he asked. "This isn't money for spending. This isn't a heist you can brag about. This is an experiment. And you just walked right into it." Jace laughed nervously. "Experiment? What the hell does that mean?" He didn't answer. Instead, he reached into a pocket and pulled out a small device, a tablet-sized screen glowing with numbers, dates, and surveillance feeds. "You've been live-streamed," he said. "Every move you made, every word you said, was being recorded. I knew exactly what you'd do, where you'd go, and how you'd react." Leo's stomach dropped. You set us up." The stranger nodded. "Your prank was perfect. This looked like a failed robbery for the cameras, but in reality, it was the final test. Maya took a step forward. Test for what? The money, he said. The vault. Those bills don't belong here. They were meant for transfer federal redistribution, but someone wanted to see if humans were predictable. If you could be manipulated, and you passed. Jace's grin disappeared completely. Manipulated? We didn't touch anything. We were careful. We didn't steal. The stranger interrupted, voice sharp. Careful. You've already stolen attention, ego, and now fear. You've played your part perfectly. A sudden beeping broke the tension. The vault door automatically started locking. Maya gasped. It's closing. The stranger waved a hand. Relax. It's part of the act. But you need to make a choice now. Leave. Forget you ever saw this. Or take one last step and see what happens if you try to keep it all for yourselves. Jace's eyes glittered with greed. We take it. We take the cash. Who's gonna stop us? You've already been stopped, the stranger said. The tablet blinked, showing live security feeds to men in black suits stepping through the building's entrances. And the real problem, you weren't alone. You never were. Leo stepped back, panic rising. Wait, who are they? The stranger smiled, calm and cruel. Friends, colleagues, observers, the people who built this experiment, and you just became their favorite part. Maya's mind raced. We need to go. Now, before the vault door slammed shut behind them, the sound reverberated through the empty bank. A red alarm light began to pulse, faint but real. The stranger's voice was the last thing they heard as he turned and vanished into the shadows. Remember this, kids. Some pranks aren't meant to be funny. Some lies are worth millions. Jace's bravado returned, faint and trembling. We can still get out. A loud click echoed. Leo froze. They're here. Outside, headlights gleamed. The observers had arrived, and their game, was only just beginning. The alarm lights pulsed red, bathing the abandoned bank in a sinister glow. The three of them huddled behind the vault counter, hearts pounding, minds racing. They're not joking, Leo whispered, voice tight. We can't just run, they'll catch us. Jace wiped sweat from his forehead, shaking. We can't stay here either. We have to get the money and get out. Maya shook her head, camera forgotten. The money isn't ours. This is bigger than us. Whoever that guy was, he planned everything. Footsteps echoed from the main hall, slow, deliberate. Then came the metallic click of doors unlocking. They're letting us think we have a choice, Leo muttered. It's a game. Suddenly, a projector flickered on, casting a grid of surveillance footage across the walls. Every hallway, every street outside, every movement inside the bank, all recorded. And there they were, themselves. Not in real time, but earlier. Rehearsing, joking, pretending the heist was fake. Jace's voice faltered. This is insane. They filmed us. Maya's gaze hardened. They didn't just film us. They studied us. They knew exactly what we'd do if we found the money. A soft mechanical click came from behind the counter. A panel slid open, revealing a tablet. A new message blinked on the screen. Choose wisely. One wrong move, and the game ends. Leo read it aloud, hands trembling. The game ends. The shadows moved closer. The observers were inside now. Two men in black suits, faces hidden under low-brimmed hats, carrying sleek briefcases. Their steps were precise, silent, practiced. Maya grabbed Jace's arm. We need a plan. We need to think. Jace's grin was gone. Fear had replaced it. There's no plan, he admitted. We walked right into it. One of the observers stopped near the vault. The case clicked open, revealing stacks of money. He picked one bundle, inspected it, and then turned, looking directly at them. Congratulations, he said, voice calm but menacing. You passed the first test. Now for the second. Maya swallowed hard. Second test. He nodded. Trust, loyalty, greed. Then the briefcases opened, not with money, but with small cameras, microphones, and tracking devices. Every step they took, every word they said, was monitored. Leo's jaw tightened. They rigged us. From the start, the observer smiled faintly. From the start, you thought it was a prank. You thought the money was real. But everything you did was under observation. Every choice, every lie, every hesitation cataloged. Jace's eyes flicked toward Maya. You've been acting cautious. You were never fully on my side. Maya's voice was icy. And you? You wanted fame. You wanted to steal before thinking. Exactly what they expected. The shadows began to retreat toward the exit. Now, the taller one said, choose. Leave with nothing. Or betray each other and see what happens if you try to claim the prize. They stood frozen, facing each other. Greed, fear, and mistrust warred in their eyes. Every instinct screamed to run, to escape, but the realization hit them like a punch. The real heist wasn't the money, it was them. Jace swallowed, stepping closer to Leo. What if we go for it? Leo's hand trembled over the money and risked them watching us die. Maya whispered, almost to herself, the $1 million lie. It isn't the cash, it's this. They're testing us. The lights flickered, the shadows vanished. The bank was silent again, but the tension lingered, heavier than ever. Somewhere, someone was watching, waiting, smiling. They realized one terrifying truth. In a game like this, there are no winners, only survivors. The bank was silent again, but the tension was suffocating. Jace, Maya, and Leo stared at the stacks of money. Each second stretched like hours. They knew the observers were still out there, invisible, calculating, waiting for the slightest mistake. Jace broke the silence. We can still do this. Split the cash, disappear. Nobody will know. Leo shook his head. You don't get it? The money isn't real. None of this, any of this, is meant to be ours. Maya stepped forward, hands trembling. It's not about the cash at all. It's about us watching how we react. Every choice, every lie, every greed-driven move has been cataloged. Jace's face went pale. So, it was all a setup. Exactly, Maya whispered. From the moment we walked in, a sound echoed behind them, the metallic click of the vault locking. The briefcases they'd seen earlier slid toward the center of the room as if pushed by unseen hands. One opened, revealing a single envelope stamped with a plain black seal. Leo picked it up, hands shaking. Inside, a USB drive. A note scrawled in elegant handwriting. Play your last card wisely. One betrayal, one lie, and the $1 million prize is gone. The words sank in. The prize wasn't just money. It was power, freedom, and survival. Jace's eyes glittered with greed. We split it. We take the cash. Nobody betrays anyone easy. Maya shook her head. You don't understand. They don't let everyone walk away. Someone S going to turn on someone else. It's the only way the game ends. Before Jace could argue, Leo's phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. Choose carefully. Betray, survive, or leave empty-handed. Your move. Jace's grin faltered. This is insane. We came for a prank. A viral video. Exactly, Maya said. And look where we are now. Do you really trust each other? The three of them exchanged glances. The room seemed smaller. Shadows felt alive, creeping closer, reminding them of every mistake they'd made. Jace lunged for the envelope. Maya grabbed his arm. Leo froze, staring at the tablet projecting live security feeds across the walls. And that's when they saw it. The stranger. Watching from a distance, calm, smiling, and behind him dozens of other faces, all hidden under black hats and dark coats. Every one of them had observed the crew from the beginning. Jace froze. We can't win. The stranger stepped forward, voice cold. You never were meant to. The final test had begun. Each of them now faced the ultimate choice. Take the cash and betray the others, risking everything. Trust each other, refuse greed, and still possibly lose. Walk away empty-handed and survive. Time slowed. The red lights pulsed like a heartbeat. The cash seemed to taunt them. Cease's hand twitched over the envelope. Leo backed away, shaking. Maya took a deep breath. Then Jace acted, grabbing the cash and shoving Maya aside. Leo lunged at him. The three collided in chaos, knocking over stacks of bills. The stranger's laughter echoed through the bank. Exactly what I expected. One betrayal, one lie. The $1 million lie always works. Suddenly, the floor beneath Jace shifted. A trapdoor opened, screamed, disappearing into darkness. Maya and Leo froze, staring at the empty space. The USB drive slid across the floor toward them. A single final message appeared on the tablet. Congratulations, you survived. The lie was never the money. It was the truth about yourselves. They looked at each other, shaken, silent, knowing they'd been played, and that the $1 million lie wasn't cash, but the human greed that made them fail the test. The red lights faded. The bank returned to stillness. Maya picked up the envelope. It was empty. Leo whispered, voice barely audible. We lost. And somewhere outside, the stranger smiled. And that's exactly the point. The end.